Hey there, happy Monday. I'm popping on a few minutes early to get everything set up and see who's with me today. I know most of you guys are probably busy or out of town, and I expected that, but I still wanted to show up for you and show you guys a few fun things. So if you're on with me, just tell me hi. Let me get logged in here so I can see comments. Make sure that I'm in the right place here and go in the right direction. You know how that happens. So, okay, there I am. So if you're on, just say hi. I don't want to say happy Memorial Day because we have to remember what Memorial Day is really about and the sacrifices that were made for all of us. And so today is not necessarily happy for some, but we do want to stop and pause and thank the ones that have gave everything for us to be here. So if you have a long weekend, then remember the true reason why. So I do want to mention that. I did make a fun card real quick. I just came up this morning. I'm like, oh, I need a card. So I used our star punch, and this is our wood grain paper. This is out of the fruit salad paper. So it was just a quick red, white, and blue card with a few stars. But the inside, I love the saying. It says, for those who have fallen and for those who have stood to fight, may God bless and keep you safe throughout each day and night. So just wanted to put that out there. Today we are doing the fun cheers and sips, or sips and cheers. I'm not sure. I always say it wrong. But I have a few cards for you today, but I got just a few things to run past you guys real quick. So whether you're watching this live with me or you're watching it later after your cookout or after you get home from out of town or wherever you might be today, and you watch this, I just want to run a few things past you. I wanted to mention the starter kit again. I'm telling you, it's the hands down best way to get a lot of product that's on your wish list. So this ends at the end of the month. So you're running out of time, whether you want to do it for just, your hobby and you want a lot of product, or if you want it for to run it as a business, that's totally up to you. But this is the number one reason or way that most people start. I know that's how I started, was just by, there was 6 of us actually that signed up together to get the deal. And hi, Madeline, thanks for watching. And that's what we did. We all got this great deal. You can pick $165 of anything that you want. You can even get this cut and emboss machine. So anything that you want. When we signed up back, oh my gosh, a long time ago, we had a set list of things that we had to choose from. So things have changed and you get to pick whatever you want now. So do not let this pass you by. If there's a lot of things that you want, I am not one to be pushy. I am not one to say you have to sell or you have to do this or that. I love having people join, getting together, just doing all the fun things. It's just the good craft community. So do not forget about this. So that's all I'm going to say about it. I won't bug you guys. The other thing is the virtual album retreat that's coming up. We can sign up for this. Let me see. I want to say it was Wednesday. I had to set an alarm on my phone so I don't miss it. I think it's Wednesday is the day that you can sign up. I did post this over on my blog, so you can read all the details there. But what this is Stampin' Up! Has came up with a virtual album retreat for us to participate in. And what you're going to get is 12 double page layouts. And I'm not sure, I don't know if you guys can see this or if we just see this demonstrators on our site, but here are some of the layouts, and you can see they're, you know, some of them are detailed. They're not just plain Jane, but you can always dress these up any way that you want. But it's a 3-day event, and if you can't watch all 3 days, I know I won't be able to, it will all be recorded, so you can go back and watch it, and you can create at your leisure. But it looks like it's a double page layout for each month of the whole year. So if you're behind in your scrapbooking, or you've never scrapbooked before and you'd like to give it a shot, then this would be a fun, easy way for you to do this. Now, you guys know when I send out kits to you, that I have all the pieces and everything cut for you. It looks like that Stampin' Up! Is going to do this for us too. So it looks like you have 12 packets here. It looks like they've cut all the pieces. You got the page protectors. You got some pop-outs here. Flip flaps. You got the photo placement cards that if you just want to make the pages and then you want to go back later and add your pictures, you can remember what size picture to put on the layout. Lots of fun paper, and here's some more pop-outs. But it looks like you get 4 stamp sets with this as well. So lots and lots of fun things. I believe, like I said, it's Wednesday is when you can sign up for this. It is a limited supply, so make sure if this is something that you want that you pop on early and you get your kit ordered. Now, it is $250, and that does, you know, that's a shocker. So if this is in your price range, this is something you can do. I guess if you broke it down with 12 double page layouts and weighed out the difference, then I guess maybe it's not so bad. But just don't forget all the goods that you're getting with this, and you can go back and watch this later. So you'll have these videos forever. But I just wanted to run this past you guys because this is first time Stampin' Up! Has done this that I know of, and I just wanted to run that past you and let you guys in on that. Don't miss that. My card kit that you can sign up for, this is only good. The sign up last day is the 10th of June, and the kits will go out at the end of June. So if you're interested in this kit, you do get product. You get at least $25 in product with this kit. The kit does cost $45, but like I said, you get at least $25 back in product that you can use on these cards and other cards to make many more. You're also going to be getting, one of the things is the gold, let me pull it out here, this foil, or it's not foil, it's this weave ribbon, and this is a really big roll, so you're going to be getting that. You're going to be getting the embellishments. You're going to be getting some of the paper. So lots of good stuff. And these are fun folds. Let me see. Let me back you guys out some. I think you're a little too close. This one stands like this. And we've got this one. It's a fun fold. And then this one is your standard card. But out of the 4, 3 of them are fun folds. You'll get 2 of each and have lots and lots of goodies left over to make more. So I wanted to run that past you guys. I did not get to come on this week. I had my new orders come in. I was super excited about them. I have one of them, actually I have 2 of them sitting here on my desk. And I'm not going to elaborate on these too much because I am going to do another video about them, but this was one of them, Gallery Blooms. That goes with this. This has these really fun big square frames in them, plus all these dies. Lots and lots of dies with the set. So this was one of them that I got, and then this was another one. And this one as well has these dies plus all of these florals. So lots and lots of fun stuff with this set. Paper that matches, just lots of good stuff. I will show you real quick. I did make this card with it. I watercolored the rose, and some of the paper that goes with this is just gorgeous, beautiful paper. So I will do a video on this. When we came back from camp last week, by Monday night, I was sick as a dog. So I couldn't talk all week. I sounded like I had a frog in my throat. It was not have been a good video. So, coughing and all the good stuff. So I'm finally getting over that, but that is why I did not show you guys the video, of the new stuff. This was another one that I made, and this was fun. This was a pop-up card. So, I will get all that out for you guys and let you see it and see some of the new stuff. I do also want to tell you guys that those that ordered with me, like within the last week, I guess it's been almost 2 weeks now. If you placed an order with me and you're still waiting on it, I checked on it right before I popped on. It says it's going to be here Thursday. So I will get those orders out to you as soon as I get them. But hang in there. I don't know. First, there was no tracking on it. And then when I found the tracking, it registered with UPS. Then it said that it was coming on Thursday. So hang tight. I'll get those out to you. So, okay, let's get to the good stuff. I won't keep you guys too long today. I'm sure you guys have lots and lots of fun things to do. I have quite a few cards to show you here. I have a slimline card that I made for you. And I also made this fun 4x4 card, and we're going to be making this one today, also this one. This one, I have a little something to show you that we're not making this one today, but I do wanted to point that out. Here's another fun one that I have for you. And then we have this one, and I think I might save this one because I do have a cute little 3D project for you today. So let's get going and see how far we get. I don't, like I said, want to keep you guys too long. I do try to keep everything under an hour. Sometimes I go over. It happens. So there are lots and lots of fun things in this set that you can pretty much pick and choose. The designer paper alone, and that's what I used on a lot of these. I'm going to run this by you real quick. This designer paper, excuse me, is fun, bright, got some flowers and stripes and patterns. This right here, I want to show you guys real quick. This is the stamp set that goes with this. And you have these dies in here. You got one for a tall glass, and you've also got one for like a wine glass size. So you can use these to cut out your images. And then you've also got like these ice cubes in here that you can add. You can add an umbrella to your drink. So that's what this page is about. Now, that's not all you could use this page for, but it is kind of fun to work with to make all of your drinks. Let me see. We got this one here that's got lots and lots of different smaller scale. So this one is good for cards because it is on a smaller scale than some of the other ones that have a bigger print. This is just a pattern with our new color, the strawberry slush. This one is the cloud cover, new in color. That's just kind of a nice one to have. We got florals. We got old olive. And then you have this page here. And this page right here is what I used on a lot of my projects. I just sat down one night watching TV and just fussy cut a lot of these out. They're super easy to cut out. So if you want to stamp, if you want to use the stamp set and stamp all your stuff and have tons and tons of fun, this is another one that's Blackberry Bliss. It's really pretty. But if you don't like fussy cutting or you just don't want to, then you can stamp your images. So I'm going to do both today. I'm going to run a few things by you, different ways that you can color them and what you can do with them. So this right here is a 4x8 and I scored it at 4. This I cut 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now I am going to be having to cut this down because what I did is I took just a little strip of paper out of the celebratory sips, say that a few times, and I'm going to just glue this to the side of my card here. Now I did run this piece through the embossing folder, that corrugated folder. So the reason I cut this 3 3/4 long, and I just cut, I don't know, it's probably a 1/2 inch. Let me move that down a little bit. It's probably a 1/2 inch wide, is because I can glue this on here first, and then I can just take my scissors and cut off that overhang like that. And then I know that this is going to be too wide to go on my card. Okay, so I can bring in my paper cutter, and all I'm going to do is line this up at my 3 3/4 because that's as long as I know I want my front to be. So I'm putting it right at 3 3/4 with the designer paper attached, and I'm just going to cut that. Okay, now I know it will fit on my card perfectly. Okay, so that is how I did that. Let me find my other tape runner. I was having a glue issue today. I had glue, all my liquid glues, none of them wanted to work, so I had to mess with them this morning. So make sure we're opening it the right way here. So we are going to put this right here. This embossing folder, it's a lot of fun. I've used it quite a bit. I like the texture that it gives. Sounds cool. So there's that. And then I did cut out the same images that I have on here, but let me show you. I made this card too, and I had these drinks cut out, so I just used this one too. So I'm going to put a little adhesive on the fun one with the umbrella. We're going to pop that on. Now you can use liquid glue. It might get down in the crevices better since this embossing folder is a little thick. You got big ridges for this. And then I'm going to grab my dimensionals that were just sitting right here. I might have to grab a new pack here. Let me grab a new pack. I don't know where that one walked away to. I'm sure it's sitting here somewhere in front of me. That's okay. We all like new packs of dimensionals. And then I'm going to pop this one up here. Now, these could be cocktails, these could be mocktails, these could be whatever you want them to be. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to grab, I have a piece that's just over, it's like 5/8 of an inch, just over a 1/2 inch. If you're wanting to know what that is, like 2 notches over a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to grab this Cheers here. There is not a lot of sentiments in this set. I'll show you. We got Cheers, To Us, It's Your Day, and Let's Celebrate. These are really small, but so I did use Cheers a lot, but I'll show you in just a second the other set that I used that works well. You can use whatever you have. This one I cut going that way. This one, since I stamped it too far over, I'm just going to cut it on this side, and we're going to roll with it. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive on this end, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on this end. Okay, that way, since my glass is already popped up, I'm going to just put that there, and now this is popped up the same as my glass, so it's on the same level. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let's add. I've got a few flowers here. Let me add these here. These little guys, these were fun to cut out. But like I said, it's very, very doable. It's kind of relaxing. You just grab a piece of paper, put in a good movie, and start cutting. Now these are kind of hanging off the edge, just like this. So what you can do so that they don't fall off is I can just cut another little piece of a dimensional. I'm going to take the back off before I try to stick this under. I'm going to use my tool here because I know it's going to stick to me. And I'm going to just tuck this under here. That kind of gives these somewhere to land so that they don't fall off. They're kind of like stuck right there too. Okay? All right. Now, I have the new In Color Gems that I'm going to use. Have you guys seen these yet? These are so cool. Look at the sparkle on them. They're really cool. Let me see. How about let's do the orange again. We'll put one up here on the umbrella. We'll put one down here. And then I'll put a big one over on this glass. And there you go. Okay. And then you can take a piece of 4x4 like that and put on the inside. Whoops, I didn't on that one. Oh, I didn't on this one either. We'll just do that real quick. I don't think I cut a piece, so let me just cut that real quick. I just put a new blade in my trimmer. Don't you love when you do that? It cuts so nice. I kept cutting and it was fraying all my paper, and I was having to get out my nail file and buff off the edges, and I was like, oh my goodness, let me just change my blade. Oops, and you know what I did? I cut that 4x4, and that should be 3 3/4. And yep, it might stick a little bit, but we'll make it work. So we're gonna go like that. Now it'll fit in there. Okay, and there you go. So this isn't your standard size card, but it is a fun card to make that you can put it on a gift bag or something like that. So there's that. Don't forget to decorate your envelope. And then I'm going to do a slimline for you. Now, if you've never made a slimline, there's lots of different ways that you can go about that. Lots of different sizes that you can use. This one, and I'm using this bendy ruler because when we came back from camp, I can't find my ruler. I think it's still in my bag, which I put downstairs. This is 8.5, and it's by 7. Okay, so all I did was score that right in the middle. So let me see, what was it, 8.5? So 3 3. Oh, 3. Was that right? Oh, it's 7. 7 by 8.5. There we go. So yes, score it at 3.5. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Okay, so this one, now I ordered envelopes off of Amazon that are slimline, and it is a little bit longer than this card, but it does work. So if you get this size, I can link them below if you want, but if you get this size, just know that you can make your card a little bit bigger if you'd like to. So we're going to take this. I'm going to take Blackberry Bliss. I'll give you the measurements for this. This is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. Madeline, do you have any plans today? I think this is the first time we haven't been anywhere for Memorial Weekend in forever. But, you know, I'm okay with it. I'm not minding. Getting stuff done. The crazy weather. It's like freezing one day and it's nice the next. So I'm okay. Just hanging out. Recuperating here. This one, let me show you the other card I did. I used the bottles and the pictures and stuff like that. And that's cute. This time I just put the fruit on it. So we can change that up if we want. I just realized I forgot to cut out my circle. So let me see here. I do keep a stash. Let me see if I have one the right size. I think this one's smaller. We could go that way. This one's too big. Let's do the, you know what? Here's an arch. We could always change it up and add an arch. Let's see what our drinks will look like on that. Just to give them a place to land. We could do that. Which one do you like? Well, actually, let's try this one. So we have the circle, we have the arch, or we have this one. Let me turn it that way. What do you think? Which one do you like? Let me know. Just packing to go on vacation to Texas. Girl, you are never home either. So fun. Do you have family there? Let me put this on first. Maybe that'll make a difference in our which one we choose. We're just going to put this down here. You like the arch? Okay. Should we put it up there? Let's put it out here. I got all these little pieces here. All right, let me get these out of the way. I love when people decide for me. Sometimes I don't like making decisions. And it's fun to change it up, so we can see what this looks like. All right, now I've got my glasses. I'm going to glue these flat, but I am just going to put adhesive right in the middle there, because what I'm going to do is stick one of my lemons or limes underneath there, and I want to be able to get in there. And then this one I'll put right here. Okay. You haven't seen them in 3 years? How exciting. That'll be so fun. That's awesome. I'm glad you get to go. Let me see. I got all these little pieces. So we could just, this is out of the other set. Here's a umbrella and a strawberry. Hey, we need that strawberry. Okay, so I'm going to use strawberry slush. It's not that one. Well, I hope you have a great time. I'm sure you will. How long are you going to be gone? We are going to color our strawberry here with strawberry slush because, hey, what else would you color strawberry a strawberry with. I think it's a good color. I stamped this in Memento, and that way you don't get your colors to run. And then I'm going to grab some lemon lime. This is dark lemon lime, 8 days. How nice. That will be so fun. Well, enjoy your trip. So we need this one. We're going to tuck under here. I'm going to wait, actually. This one, let me see. This looks like, I did a lemon and a lime on here, but this looks like a lime drink. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this one. This is the light Old Olive. So I'm going to color the inside with this. Now I was playing with coloring some of these. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can color. If you don't have the markers, then you can color with your ink refills. If you don't have your ink refills, you can squish a little ink out on your lid of your stamp pad, and you can always, you know, use that, pick up color from that. I'm actually gonna color the outside of this here. This one is light grainy apple. I'm just doing 2 different colors so we have a little bit of definition here. There we go. So we could always tuck this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this lime over this lime, because this, I don't know, I guess it could be like a half a lime in the glass, maybe. I think I'm going to cover it. I think I'm just going to make my own lime here. I'm going to put that one right there. And then I'm going to grab my strawberry. All this fruit, I lost them. And I'm going to tuck this one in here. Since we have all this space to work with, I think I'm just going to build my fruit out there. Let me see. What else could we do? I got some leaves. Now, these little packets, you guys might have some of these. Madeline, you probably have plenty. They're from Close to My Heart. And so when I cut out a lot of stuff, I just throw them in these packets. And they work really good. So sometimes you can just flip through them. Oh, I'm going to show you guys those 2 things too. Sometimes on the designer paper, it doesn't have a full cup, but you can always still use these. You can tuck them behind drinks sometimes. So don't throw those away. Do I want a lemon? I don't think I want a lemon. That looks more like tea. What do you think? I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then umbrella. How about just flowers? Let's just add some flowers. I do have a cherry right there. I could use that. Lots and lots of options. If you can't tell, there's just tons and tons of things that you can add to these cards. Same thing with the flower. That flower kind of, one of the sides was missing, and I still cut it, and I just tucked it behind this other flower so nobody will know that it's missing a piece of it over there. And then let's add one more. Let's add that one over there with the fruit. Okay. Now, celebrate that one came from this set, Cake Celebration. You guys know I like Cake Celebration. You like it covered. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad you like the lime covered. This one has a lot of cool sayings in it that they're big enough and they're simple to use on your card. So I grabbed Celebrate, and I'm going to put this up on a block here. And let me grab my Blackberry Bliss. Oh, will that work? That might be the same size. Ooh, look, I might get away with that one. Let's try to stamp this. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Right on there. I love when I have a piece laying on my desk that actually works. Okay, put that back. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals here. And we're going to put that right over the top of that strip of Blackberry Bliss. Now, I could have, let me see, since I do have a little space up here, let's do It's Your Day, because, hey, I haven't used that one yet. I think it's, oh, that one's Celebrate. Some of these little guys are tiny. Let's put this one here. Now, you know I should have done this before, but this was an afterthought, so we're going to roll with it. I'm going to try to stamp It's Your Day right up here. What do you think? It's your day. Celebrate. I think I like it. I think it'll work. So these little stamps are good. You know, sometimes you're like, what in the world am I going to do with that? Nobody's ever going to see it, you know, and you just, sometimes they're good just to fill in little spots and nooks and crannies that you have. There's even an olive in here, and then there's the stick so you can poke a hole and you can string your olives. I think that's so funny. So let me get that out of the way so I don't put my hand in it. So yeah, I think that'll work. Now we just need some gems. So let me use the yellow ones again because that kind of popped a little bit. We can put one back here. I can take one. Let's put it, I can put it on the flower. I think let's just put it there. So there you go. Two different cards, but very similar. What do you think? Do you like that there? Okay. So there is our slimline card. I'm trying to watch show. You're where? What? I'm trying to watch show. I'm on a bus in Vermont. Oh my gosh, Judy, that's so exciting. I forgot you were going there. That is so cool. So there's card number 2. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to this 3D project. Let me see how we're doing on time. Yep, let's do the 3D project. But I did want to run something by you real quick. So in this set of dies, there is, I showed you guys these that cut out the glasses, but there's also this fun set here, this die, whoops, come back, and it doesn't cut anything out, it just kind of embosses it. So what it is for is to put in here in your glass to give it texture. So I did one here for you. I'm not sure if you can see the texture on this one, But I thought, well, it doesn't have to be used just on the glass. So what I did is I made this card here, and I just cut a strip of white paper and I lined this up, and I left just a little bit on each side, and then I moved it down and I ran it back through the embossing machine, and it just gives a really nice texture to any of your paper. So don't overlook that piece when you are making your cards, because I really like that. And also this paper right here, we were finally able to order the In Color designer paper, and so that's what that is. I like the new patterns. Actually, this one is what I used on this card, so I think it's fun. Oops, I ripped my card. But yeah, all the new In Colors are in here, so super fun. And then there's also this pattern right here. So that's where that came from, right there. And okay, let's get on to this. Now, I did already score this, just so I didn't have to do it in front of you guys, but I do already have the instructions up on my blog, so you can check that out. I already actually had them posted and everything, so directions are up. You can always view them there if I go too fast. So this box, it measures 4.5 by 4.5, and then it's 1.5 inches thick. And I was cracking up because I'm making it, you know, I'm like cutting all my pieces for this one. And I realized, look, you guys, I put every single one of those papers upside down except the front, which I'm like, how did I do that? Every single one of them are upside down. But you can't really tell, I guess, because I got the ribbon, but I was laughing at myself. I'm like, sometimes things just don't go as planned, but I thought it was funny. So this cardstock is 7 3/8 by 6 3/4. Okay, so what I did is with the 7 3/8 at the top, I scored it at 1.5 and at 5 7/8. So if you don't know where 5 7/8 is, it's 2 notches past the 3/4. Okay, I think we've all have done that, Madeline. It happens, especially when you do your making stuff at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, hey, we do that. So there's your 2 score lines there. So it's 1.5 and 5 7/8. And then I turned it, and I'm going to score it on the 6 3/4 inch side. So it's scored at 1.5, at 3, at 4.5, and at 6. Okay? So I'm going to take these and just burnish the score lines. And then you have these 2 little rectangles down here at the bottom. You don't need those. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut them off. So I'm going to cut it like that. I'm going to kind of cut this in and cut this. And I'll show you why here in a minute. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Cut it in and cut this off. Now this is going to be our tab that we're going to put tear tape on. So if I would have just cut those rectangles off, I still would have had to notch these. So I just made it one, just made one less cut. That's all I did, and cut those off. So what I used to make this window, now this box I have made before. I actually cased myself. I made it for Christmas one year, and I decorated it. And I couldn't find the window that I had used. I'm not sure if it had retired or what, but I was like, okay, I need to find a window that I can cut this out with. And the Everyday Arch worked perfect. So what we need to do is, I guess I gotta finish cutting these. Cut up all your score lines here. And then, as you know, when you make a box, you want to notch a couple of them so that your box will fold good. So this is going to go like this, and this is going to be our bottom, and this will be our top. So I'm going to take the last one and the second one, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off of these, just to make our box easier to fold up, okay? And then you can do the same with the top if you'd like to do that. You don't have to, but I just find it makes it easier to fold. So we'll just do it. Okay, just like that. Now, I'm not going to put this together yet, and the reason why is because we have to cut out our window. So if we have our flap in the back, we know it's going to be like this, then I want my cutout to be right here, okay? So what we need to do first is I have 4 pieces of paper, and these, after I realized I put those upside down, I just cut out fruit. I'm like, I'm just doing fruit, and it doesn't have a right or wrong direction. So we are going to put these pieces on all of the squares here, just like this. It actually goes line to line at the top, but you have a little bit of room on the sides. So these pieces are 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. Again, the measurements are over on my blog. If you want to print these off. Just like that. Okay, so we have this, and this is going to be our window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to leave a little bit of room down here at the bottom. I tried to measure this out on this one so you could still see the name of what I put in here. So I just leave a little bit of a gap down there at the bottom, and then I'm going to put this on here. I have a little piece of mint tape here, so I'm going to tape this just like this. Now I did bring my mini cut and emboss machine over here, and I'm not sure if I can do it on this. So if we fold these under, we're going to be cutting through both pieces, and we don't want to do that. So we are going to fold this. Now you could always fold this up if you wanted and run it that way, because that's not going to fit. So I could either run it over to the big machine, or let's try this. We're going to put it on just like this. And you guys know these little things are so fun to get going. You kind of really have to stagger your plates before it will grab. Come on. I always have issues with mine. It might be actually too thick. Let me try it one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm going to the big one, and I'll have to come right back. Oh, there we go. Nope, come on. All right, I quit. Let me cut this out real quick for you. Sometimes it just wants to be difficult. I'm coming. Okay, so now we have this piece cut out just like that. So I saved this piece that I cut out on the last one, and I'm going to save this one because you can always use this on another card. So now we can take our tear tape and put a little piece. Actually, I'm going to put 2 pieces to make sure it holds. Just like that. Making sure, seeing if you guys answered. We're going to take this and fold it just like this. Okay, and then we can fold this directly right over on it. Now we have this cute little box, so we're going to fold our flaps in. So I'm going to use tear tape on those as well because we don't want our boxes to fall apart. And then I'm also going to put it on one of these. And I'm going to do the same here. Actually, ooh, no, I'm not. I'm taking that off. You didn't see that. I just taped the bottom, and I'll tell you why. Oh, I don't know what I asked. I was talking to myself, I think. You didn't miss nothing. I had to go use my big die cutting machine to cut that window out because the small one wasn't cooperating. So that's all I was doing. You didn't miss anything, Madeline. Now this one, I'm going to fold there and then fold that over it. I'm just going to stick my finger in here and put it down. Okay. Now you can put whatever you want inside there. And the reason I didn't use tear tape on this is because you don't want to have someone rip the whole box apart just to get what's inside. Okay. So all I did is this one. See how I just left it open? You can put whatever you want in here. And then close this up. Spin that around there. And then I just took a piece of our Freesia ribbon that was a free gift back during celebration. And I'm going to wrap this like this. I was going to do it standing up, but I realized you guys, I'm too close. So let me see there. So I'm going to do that. Yep. I might have to do it standing up. So I'm just going to tie a bow. That way they can just undo the bow and get out what's inside. Okay. And then I took a few of the little pieces of fruit. I could put a sprig. I could decorate this any way I want. I'll put that there. And I could put a lemon. And then I could write the word cheer. So we can decorate this any way we want. But what I want to do real quick, I want to show you guys before I run out of time. So I stamped a few of these. And I'm going to show you, let me grab my small block here. I have my water pencil. I also have my Wink of Stella. And let me see. I'm just going to show you guys different ways you could color these. So if you have, if you don't have the markers, you can use your ink refill, and you can just put a small drop on here. Let me just grab one. I'm just going to I just grabbed the first one I came to. So this is definitely the wrong color, but I want to show you guys. So this is the ink refill. I could take this and I could take my water marker. Now this would be better on watercolor paper, but I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. This is just regular paper, but you can take this and you can color your drink just like this if you want. Okay. Now, say you don't have the refill, but you do have the marker. So I'm going to grab, let me just grab Fresh Freesia. This is the dark. You can take Fresh Freesia marker, or any marker, put a little color on there. It's really hard to see. I'm going to get this color off. And to get the color off of this, you just squeeze it out a little bit until it turns clear. But I can pick up this purple and I can start, okay, where'd my color go? I can start grabbing this and painting with this as well. I don't think I got all my color out, but there's the purple. So you can color with your markers, you can color with your refill, or you can take your stamp pad and smush it down a little bit and get ink at the top here. I'm going to get some of this water off here again. I think it's got some of the old color on it. But I can pull up some of this color and here, I'll color this one. I can start painting with this as well. So don't forget that no matter what you have, you can always color with what you have. Now, say you don't like the water, if you don't have watercolor paper, which is what I would recommend because this kind of gets a little bubbly when it gets too wet. And if you don't want to use the water painter, I'll show you, you can use the Wink of Stella. I do want to show you guys something really quick though. So remember at camp, Angela gave us these cool fans. So this is what I ended up using the other day to dry my project. These are perfect little fans for that. I think she said she got them at the dollar store. So just a little fun tip for you to use that to dry your projects. But I'm going to use up some of this ink here. Now this is my Wink of Stella. Oops, this is my gold. I don't want the gold. I want the clear. That would have been bad. So here's my clear one. I'm going to pick up color here. You can also color with your Wink of Stella. And not only do you get the color, you get this awesome shine with your color. Okay, so just some fun tips to show you for different ways that you can color your images. There's a lot of fun images in this set, and you know, the strawberries, the lemons or limes, the blackberries, olives, the umbrella. This umbrella I colored with the marker, and then this umbrella right here, I still wanted like the muted kind of, you know, like the glasses are. So I just colored this one with the water pen and just got, it still had that color in it, but it just kind of, you know, lightened it up a little bit. But you see how this paper kind of warps a little bit because it's not the correct paper for watercoloring. So just be aware if you don't use watercolor paper that your paper will warp if you put too much water to it. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Just different ways to color. Just take a little bit of your refill or your marker. Just add whatever color. You could even dip this in your ink pad and pick up color that way. And then you have lots of different options to color. You could even use your blender brush. I used to use, like this is a VersaPen marker. This one was well loved, but you can even pick up color with this. What did I do with that piece of paper? You can even pick up color with this and color. This one's had it, but lots of different fun ways to color. So there you go. I kept it under, I'm right at an hour, so that's good. And I didn't get to all the cards, but we did get to this one. And we got to the cute box. And let me see, we did the slimline. I know it's here. There it is. Got the slimline one done. And then this is the other one I was going to show you. So there's that one. Now this is just the wood grain paper that I mixed in with it. Just gave it a landing spot for our drinks again. I just fussy cut the images out. And then here's that one I showed you and just put a few sprigs in. I also played too, like with stamping them in black and then coloring them in, or just stamping them directly with the color. Here's one for you. So I just stamped this one in the purple and just the stem in the green. So it just shows a different way that they look. And then these are the ephemera pack. That's the words you just pop out. So that worked perfect. That gave these glasses a landing spot to sit on. So congratulations. And then this one right here. And again, that is just the ephemera pack words. And this is the new DSP in color. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys liked it. Thanks, Madeline. You like that tip? Sometimes we forget, we know, but then we forget when we go to make stuff that we have all these tools that we need to revisit how to use them and what they can do, because they're pretty awesome, all the things we can do with them. So there you go. You guys got any questions? You will get, if the ordering special this week, if you spend $50, you will get a card kit. You'll get the PDF. You'll get the pieces. You'll get all the pieces to make these cards. One of each. You'll get the PDF instructions. And let me see. I think that's it. That's what I got for you. Don't forget the this month's card make and mail kit. The deadline for that is the 10th. And don't forget to check out my blog. I believe it's Wednesday is the day that you can sign up for the virtual scrapbooking. So I will post everything in the links, or you can watch this later if you want and get all the details. But there you go. I hope you guys have a great, relaxing, nice Memorial Day and a great week. And I will see you guys all soon. Madeline, have a wonderful time on your trip. And Judy, enjoy Vermont. I take lots of pictures because I've never been there and I would love to see it. So, now you have to purchase the bundle. It is. It's such a cute bundle, Madeline. I think you'll love it. And like I said, there's so many dies and stamps and all the good stuff. So enjoy. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.